Hello, everybody. Oh my God, look at my little table thing. It's kind of embarrassed. Embarrassed. Oh my God. Hi, guys. So, wait. Oh, no, no. Sorry. I lowered the. So, guys, I'm sorry. First of all, I'm sorry I'm late to post this thing, okay? I'm sorry. It took me a while to post it. I almost posted like 20 minutes before. And I realized the other thing, I think Patreon didn't send, okay? It didn't send the thing. It didn't send, okay? Okay. Sorry. So, okay. So sorry about that. Okay, I don't know what happened. So I just posted. Okay, I don't know. It's okay. If you okay. Okay, sorry, it's just bothering me. Let me take my thing because I was doing my nails. Okay, this is my table because I was doing my nails earlier today. I put it there. Okay, so I never do my nails, but today I decided. Okay, so I don't know if you see it, guys. Are you there? I feel bad. Okay, is anybody there? It's my fault. Okay, like I said. Okay. So anyways, so guys, wow. So today, okay, just talk to you a little bit. Today I went for a walk. Wow, events. So I had to go. I had an appointment, a doctor. So I went for a walk. It was amazing. It was amazing because I'm not saying I told you guys I was only kind of more upset on the over the weekend, with the situation in New York. Then I went for a walk today. The first time I went for a walk more than like a couple blocks or something, a few blocks farther than the Trader Joe's that I usually go to. So it felt amazing. Okay, so because guys, the thing about this coronavirus, I know like we're not supposed to go outside, you know, but it's so nice, because you know what it is. The other like recently, it's been very gray. It's been very gray. Okay, so just be able to have the sunlight and walk. It's so nice. Oh my God, I can't even tell you. It's so nice. It is so nice. Okay, so it's just like I know it's dangerous, but I was like, even tomorrow is supposed to be sunny, guys. I kind of want to go for a walk. I feel bad, but I don't know. I'm gonna think about it, okay? Because it's so nice. Not just for the if the exercise of walking is good, but it's just something about it. The city, New York, is so interesting, right? Even when there's less people, it's still pretty interesting. So I've never, can you believe I've never done my nails, at least myself, like when I was, since I started the channel. I think obviously I'm not a nails person. I like it's not perfect, but it was like I went into this store that I like, this pharmacy. It's like a discount pharmacy. It's called Harmon's. Is that right? Harmon's on 20 something street. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my nails done. Okay, so but there's barely anybody, guys. Seriously. And I was shocked. I was shocked to see, if you saw in the video, I was really shocked to see that people they don't, they were not wearing stuff. I was like, what? Like that was crazy to me. They were not wearing things, okay? You know what I mean? They should be wearing things, but they were not wearing things, okay? So Scott doesn't know nails. So I was like, yeah, so guys, okay, so I wanna make an announcement, okay, then I'll start, okay. So can I tell you? I'm gonna tell you. So Friday's my birthday, okay? I hate birthdays, but I'm gonna do a little party. Okay, I want to do live stream, so that's why I was like, I'm gonna get my nails done. But I'm gonna do like a little live party kind of part. Us having a conversation. I have cocktails. I never have cocktails, but it would just be fun because it's so nice to not be thinking about this thing. Okay, guys, it would be nice, to not thinking about this thing. I mean, it's important. Okay. Oh no, no, no! It was over. No, not the nail salon, not the nail salon. Then the pharmacy where you could buy the nail polish. That's what I mean. I did it myself. It looks bad, but it's okay. So like so it was interesting. I was like, wow, it's so fast. It's crazy. I didn't realize. Like I always thought I was terrible at this thing, but So anyway, but I wanted to say, like, I just, guys, it was so nice to see like the change, to see something else, to look at the world, and to I feel like I want to, I don't know, I just want to do like a little party. I don't know what, we're still going to talk about things, but I feel like more festive, you know what I mean? Because guys, the situation is very difficult. When you look at the news, it's terrible, but when you look in the world, we still want to live somehow. We still want to live somehow, and it's difficult because the situation, it is what it is. Okay, right? So you know, so that's the story, okay? So it's boring. Yeah, it's just like it there you have to find, you know, happy thought. Yeah, so that's why guys, I kind of want to do like, we should do like once a month like a party for the each sign. Are you guys, do you like, guys, are you into the sign thing? I don't know, sometimes I'm like, should we do the sign thing? I don't know, it would be nice to do like a party. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I just feel like I want to do something more than just, you know, than this. Not to talk about me, like it's not about me, you know what I mean? Just like I'd be nice to have something else, like to think about something else, to look into the future, to look, you know, to even do like personal, I don't know, ask you guys like how, you know, the future of everybody, like, you know, you guys like dealing with different things, okay? Maybe like a fun, I'll think about it. Until then, I just wanted to tell you, I'm put the announcement or whatever. But you know, have some music. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe, oh yeah, that's right, this computer, this thing lets me play the music. That's right, I could up a Zoom. I like a Zoom. So okay, so anyway, so that's the story now. Okay, so what else, so guys, okay, oh yeah, so let's now Stephanie is probably not on, but she, let me start with this, like she asked some interesting questions about coronavirus. Okay, she asked, so I have some interesting questions about, you know, if you catch it, are you immune forever? Like what is it, you know, this is a really in-depth questions about that, okay? And then there's a situation, I have medical supplies running low, and then this is interesting because I had conversations with several people today, okay? And to be honest, guys, before I left, you know, I think I told you before that the thing that I think about the most with the situation is not even the sickness, is the economic issue. I worry about people all the time, like constantly. It's so scary, like, you know, not even about me. Like I said, I think about it. It's really scary to think about that. And then you watch the news, everything is so negative. Okay. So then I was talking to people, and it was so great to talk to people, you know, people that in the group that I have the monthly calls, whatever, and everybody is still, you know, they have their job, they're working remotely. Life goes on, you know what I mean? It's not going to be so only negative or so negative, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it's so nice. It's so nice to know that you know, there's going to be positive changes, there's going to be challenges. But I feel like the, you know, the news, again, it's not that those things are not happening, they are happening. But I feel like there's something about it is just completely negative. Hi, pretty girl, you know, it's just completely negative all the time. Like it can't be like this, you know. So I just feel like, as since so many of us have seen very positive things happening after this, then it would be nice to see in more detail what is positive about it and what is the challenge. What are the challenges? Like, isn't it, you know what I mean? Not like, even if supposedly, you know, Trump and all those people go away, whatever happens, there's negative things. Like us, the more I read, guys, when I read about people being laid off, it breaks my heart. You know what I mean? Like it's awful. It's just awful. I worry about people eating. You know what I mean? Like I just, so what's gonna happen? Okay, so what is the positive and what is the challenge? What are the challenges? Okay, so okay, so okay, so that's the story. Okay, so okay, so let me get started. Okay, guys, I don't, okay, and if you have also questions, other questions, because I feel like this whole political stuff, we've already talked about it, but it's like they're, you know, they're on the break, and it's just like, I don't know what to say. It's just like very, it's, you know, in the ways for right now, it's kind of predictable. Okay, just at this moment, this very moment. I think next week is going to be different, but you know, we already this. I feel like we've been talking about this stuff, what's going on with this Trump, with the fakeness, with the, okay, but that's that. Now, okay, so how do we? Okay, so where do we start here? Okay, so let me start with a question from Stephanie. Okay, so the question she asked, can a person get reinfected with this virus, or do you maintain long-term immunity? I am a registered nurse, and some of our doctors are unsure how to answer this. So because I think we don't have enough data really to tell, but it's such an important question, because it's like, is, in other words, I forgot, guys, I know there's some diseases, I think it's a chicken pox. Some diseases, if you ever catch them, you don't catch them again. Or is it like regular flu, or a regular, you know, or regular, what do you call it? Or like regular pneumonia that you catch it once, you can catch it many times. What is it? Okay. So because it's true, like when people say, for example, I see in the news, right? They say, oh, such and such X amount of people recovered. What does that mean? Does it mean that they said, then they said something like the person tested negative afterwards, like they healed from it and they tested negative. But what does that mean? Is this like, okay, the, right? Like, do they know, first of all, do they even know, like if you tested negative, how do I say this? Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Sort of like if a person caught it, is there a way to know that you caught it? Like, for example, let's say theoretically, I'm not sick at all, you could tell. But I say that theoretically, I caught it and I didn't know. I had no symptoms. Is there a way to test in the future that, like, will they be able to ever tell if you, okay, or not? This is just all these questions that I think are important. They will tell us a lot, okay? And then a person, let's say a person who's negative, let's say a person who doesn't have, like, is negative, can they pass it? I don't understand. I'd just like to know a little bit more, okay? If you don't mind, okay? Okay? Okay. I'm about to ask for protection. Huh. Coming on top of my head, huh? As I breathe in, I feel my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. Step into it. Step into it. I feel protected. Step into it. I feel connected. I look outside in for the miracles. Come only from the higher sources. Only the higher sources. That it creates the good, huh? And only the good, huh? The good for the good people. Good for the good people. Okay, so let me ask a question. Okay, okay. So then tell me about the coronavirus. First of all, the question, we go to her question exactly how she asked. Can a person get reinfected with this virus, or do you maintain long-term immunity? Okay, in other words, a person who, okay, so can they get reinfected with the virus? Do they maintain immunity? Meaning, I guess the question is, do they go, okay, for example, this is a horrible scenario, okay, but I need to ask it. Let's say that one of these people that went to the ventilator machine, okay, they went to the ventilator machine, they got sick, they were so sick, they had to be in the, they recovered. Is there a chance they could go back to the ventilator machine? Like if, you know, if they catch it again? Okay, so okay, so I feel like I saw, because this is like a difficult question, okay, and the answer is not 100% clear to me. But first, I had to find a person that I knew. It was like this person on Twitter. I somehow remember his face, and then saw, okay, so he said he's no longer in the hospital. He left the ventilator machine and so forth. He was saying something like, if I didn't have a ventilator, I would be dead now. But then he recovered, thank God. He's a youngish Asian American. Okay, he's a lawyer or something like that. Okay, so anyway, so because I remember when it first came out that he was sick. Thank God he recovered. Anyway, so what I mean to say is that I feel like it's possible that the body has like it when it first enters the body doesn't know what it is. And when the cases of people who went over it, the body, it's almost like, like the body has a rap sheet for it. Like it's a criminal, for example, the police knows what it is the same way. They know what this is. Okay, they know, the body knows what it is, and so it doesn't have the same reaction, I feel like. But at the same time, because I saw, guys, it was absolutely terrifying, right? This thing that it happens with that. Okay, so okay, so that's what it showed. I don't know. So okay, so what is the difference then between, like, for example, at the same time, guys, some of you in the group have said that you caught pneumonia many times, and I think it was bacterial pneumonia, right? But so that didn't happen. But why does it happen with this? If this is this different or not, or how is it different? Because guys, isn't it true? I think if you catch the flu, you could catch it one year and then the next. It doesn't, isn't it true? I think it doesn't stop you from getting it. I think, right? I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I think, like, you know what I mean? So I think it's a rare thing that if you, okay, I'm getting a sense that there's some sort of memory, okay? There's some sort of memory, how do you call it? There's some sort of memory in the body that it fought it and it won. I fought the virus and I won. I fought they won over the virus. The fact that the body was able to kill it or to get rid of it, okay, to make it go out. It has like, it's a faster, I don't explain it. There's something about it where it really, okay, that's what I feel like. Okay, so, but what is the difference, for example, between the pneumonia that a person catches, like like the regular, like say such a thing, like a regular, like people who catch pneumonia, what is the difference between them catching again and this? What is the difference? Yeah, I have a sense here that there's something about, let me just double check here. So because I get this sense here that, okay, yeah, that's right. There's something, it's a little different. Okay, so I'll tell you the thing about pneumonia. The first, the visions I had here about like regular pneumonia, okay, the bacterial pneumonia, if you catch it again, is that if you have a problem, like some sort of like health problem, or like it's almost like it's a weakness. When the body gets weaker, it may come up, but more because there's something wrong with your system already. So it's almost as if the pneumonia sometimes is an indication of low, of a malfunctioning immune system. Okay, does this make sense? It's not that you always catch it, but if there's a strong imbalance in your body, then you will be weakened, and therefore that's what happened with people with for example, people with AIDS, right? I know I feel like I always talk about it, but you know what I mean. So that's kind of like what it's showing. It's that something, and I read this now. Okay, I read just this thing now saying that a lot of times the bacteria that causes pneumonia lives in your throat, and when you have weaker, it goes down to the lung, and that's what it causes. And also visually, when I saw the pneumonia, the bacterial pneumonia in the lung, it was kind of like the air. It was very how do you call it? It seemed more harmonious, like it was like a gassy kind of, I don't explain it, just that's it, it was like all over ish, okay, for me. Whereas the thing with the virus, to me, it really feels like it's more like it's not a parasite technically, but it felt like a parasite to me, like it had to go inside the skin. Okay, and that was like kind of creepy, like it's almost as if it's a very different organism, I guess, the way it grows. I guess that's what it is. They talk about the growth of viral, something viral. What is viral, right? Like, so it's a different thing. Okay, it just has a more like, it's more local or more focused, I don't know how to explain it. So, and it attacks the tissue. So I do think that the body treats it. Okay, so how does the body perceive the bacteria versus the virus? What is the difference? There's something slightly more gradual about the bacteria versus the virus. The virus just kind of like, it just seems to be faster reproduction and more aggressive, as far as our reactions to this. Okay, so okay, so I understand. Okay, so then, okay, let's say a person like the guy. Okay, let's just say a famous people example. Okay, like Tom Hanks and what's his wife, Rita Wilson, because women are on, because I do never want to see something. I really like Tom Hanks. Something ever bad happens to him, I don't know. I hope I cannot handle it. Okay, I hope he survives 100%. I'll be devastated. Like, I don't know. So anyway, I know that she's not in the risk group, and I think they left Australia already, but let's see. What about her? Let's say that's why I need a person, like a concrete person. If she is exposed to it again, could she catch it? How does she, because the body could the body, what happens to her? Guys, I have to tell you, I don't, this is to me just a little bit non-conclusive, okay? I think that the answer is that the body is better equipped to fight it, okay? It's not a complete yes. It's not like, oh, sure, whatever, you could, you know what I mean? Because I see that because I saw that the symptoms of her, she may have gotten like, some fever and like diarrhea and stuff like that. And I see that because then I ask myself, how different is it from, for example, those like you eat food, like a food poisoning that has viruses. What is the difference? And I feel like this similar, like she could still have some sort of symptom, but it's probably going to be weaker. Okay. Because I feel like the body, it's almost like the body, the virus within the body itself, it has once, let's say that you catch it, okay, and you have some symptoms, there's a window of time when the virus is stronger. Like it's almost like it takes, I think, something like 2 or 3 weeks for it to catch on. If it doesn't catch on, it kind of is, it just goes away because it didn't have a chance to like to serve, to thrive in your system. Okay. And so in other words, like I feel like with her, it's possible that she, I used her just because I need a concrete person, an example. She could still contract this, yes, but I feel like the body would fight it. There's a likelihood that these symptoms would be not as strong. Okay. Not as strong. Okay. That's my sense. But I don't think, is it 100%? No, I don't think it's 100%. I don't think it's 100% guarantee, but it would improve. Okay. So, okay. But let me ask, then go back to I think it's just a very important question, guys. I really like her question. Let me just go back here to see, because, wait, okay. 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 Can a person go back to her question. Can a person get reinfected with the virus, or do you maintain long-term immunity? So okay, so the I saw again, guys, this image of AIDS, okay, like a comparison. So it's saying that of course, nowadays people who have AIDS, they it's imperceptible, okay, like you have it inside your system, but it's very very low, like so if you get infected again, if you already have AIDS, okay, then nothing happens. But there was an interesting case of this is the first person who was ever cured of AIDS, okay, there was a case. So then it showed that this person, like, but then what happened is the person had a transplant of stem cells, like, right, of the something like that for cancer. So it also cured the HIV. So that was the first person who was cured. So it's saying that in that case, you know what I mean, then maybe if it's, but I still feel like it's weaker. Okay, the person is weaker. Like the feeling is weaker. So Renee's saying CDC looked at data, those reinfected after recovery have milder symptoms. Exactly. Some are asymptomatic. Yes, I feel like it's possible, but it's not 100%. Okay, that's my sense. It's not 100%. Because what if the person, I think the variable of the sickness levels, like if, let's say a person is cases where they are, let's say, recovering from cancer, had a transplant. Let me ask you, I think I wrote this. Okay, so for example, um, could it come back after? Okay, or in the case if they develop a condition like cancer patients who get chemo, people who receive transplants. Okay, so in cases like that, if they get it again, I mean, this is a lot of variables, guys, but it's important because I think it's okay. So could they get? Yeah, but still, I feel like it's not as bad for whatever reason. Okay, it's not as bad. Okay, then it's like you have a person, like, of course, if a person is so sick that they have very very serious cancer, then, like, the body is exposed to whatever, but I still feel like the chances are that the body could still recover more quickly or have mild is still okay. So that seems to be the answer now. Okay, let me just go back here. So for example, what does a negative test mean for people who have been affected but recovered, right? Because I read these articles that said such and such had it, they recovered, and they now test negative. What does that mean for this person and for us? Does this person still okay? Yeah, so it's interesting because I was also curious about the risk to us. Okay, is this person a risk? It's saying that there's a kind of like what I was talking about cycles. When this, let's say the case here, when a person first got infected and they got really sick, the body didn't know what it was. It was almost like this ingestion of this bizarre, like what the hell is this? So it goes through the process of fighting it, fighting it, fighting it until it wins over and it's deleted. It's almost like it doesn't affect the blood anymore, something like that. It doesn't, it just doesn't, okay, it doesn't do anything. Okay, that's it. And then that's what it shows. Okay, so in other words, no, they cannot infect us because it's saying the infection, let's say for example, because then we should ask a different question. And I hope it's okay, guys, I'm asking like really detailed questions, but it's saying here that, for example, what is the difference between a person who shows no symptoms and a person who's negative? There's a difference, right? But it's showing that is about the cycle. So the person who shows no symptoms, they have it still, but it's almost like this discovery phase until it's completely defeated and it goes away from the body. It leaves the body. Okay, so so it's showing in that case, yes, they still have it. It's dangerous for us because the body has not deleted it, has not kind of changed this the thing or deleted it or something like that. There's something where the body will overpower it and delete it completely. The body hasn't done it. So they still have a window of opportunity, let's say. Okay, so that is when they're dangerous. Okay, so so in this case it had rejected, and it showed me, guys, something that I think I told you about before in the writing. I think it's yesterday when I first moved to the US. I think when I arrived, I remember going to the doctor and somehow they asked us, it's like they had to do these tests, and one of them was, I don't know if it was the green card, I don't know what it was. It was like some sort of test for tuberculosis, and they put something, I think, like here, something like under your, like this area, remember, something like that, like in your arm, there's like a stick something, and if you have a reaction, it shows that that means you have an antibody or you've been exposed to it. I don't know which one it is. So I did this and mine got raised, and they were like, oh my god, they got really freaked out or something. And so they gave me these drugs. They gave me these drugs they gave me these drugs that were like that were for tuberculosis, okay, even though I never had symptoms. So then I have I guess a uncle slash, I guess my mother's cousin. So he's sort of my uncle. He's a doctor in Brazil. He was saying that in Brazil, a lot of people are exposed to tuberculosis, I guess, because it somehow exists. I don't know what, but it doesn't mean the American interpretation. I don't know exactly how it works, but it was just saying that it doesn't mean that I had it. It just means that probably I was exposed to it and nothing happened. You know what I mean? Like I've traveled, I traveled in Brazil. I don't know what, I never felt any symptoms like this. I don't know where it would come from. So, you know what I mean? So that's kind of saying, so something somewhat similar where your body fought it. It's a stage, like the body fought it and got rid of it. So it maintains, it's telling me it maintains a code. It's kind of like I was saying, it's exactly like a police station has like the records of the people who committed crimes. I know you. I know you. I know what you're about. I know you. I know you. They did the body did the work to select it and to say whatever it was, to classify it. Okay. The other example is giving me again, guys, which is very interesting. Okay. Is that I read this a lot. Okay. In Brazil, there's still native tribes. Okay. But just them coming in contact with quote unquote the white man, they would die. Like the people, you didn't have to do anything, just coming in contact with white men, the conquistadores, whatever you call them, they died because the bodies did not they were not exposed to the cold, like common colds, for example. They would die from it, from just catching a cold, because their bodies did not have the bodies had not been adapted to this. Isn't that interesting? You know, that's fascinating to me in a way. It's sad also, but it would kill them. So similarly, they were saying it's because they just don't have the protection. Okay, they just did not have the protection. And for us, it's like, really, wow, right? And so in that case, like some diseases that we, you know, we kind of develop a you know, protection. Okay. Okay. And I remember reading something, or I don't know if it was my mother was telling me something about, she's like, oh, Americans, a lot of times there's so many cleaning, everything is so clean, so many cleaning products, that people develop allergies because instead of like being exposed to certain things, they are, so there's some sort of, there's something there. Okay. Like I said, that's just my sense. Okay. Okay. So that's the end of the story here. Okay. So are they permanently protected? Yes, they are sort of. So the final answer, yes, they are not 100% protected, but they are protected from the harsh, because it's saying the problem with the coronavirus is that it attacks the body. Normally has the time to kind of like, the way that it attacks when it gets to the lung, it's so aggressive that the body sometimes doesn't have the chance to. So it's, they talk about it. It's the cytokines war or something like that. It attacks so strongly that it could affect your own body. Okay. So if the body has already done that, then the reaction is very different. It's not as aggressive, and therefore, okay, it doesn't mean that you will not catch it. It doesn't mean, it just means that you're probably going to have mild symptoms or no symptoms. Okay. So that's the answer. So interesting. Okay. Okay. So okay, yeah, so I feel like it's saying that people like this, they could still be tested for antibodies. Okay, they will still be tested for antibodies, and that's what will tell if they caught it or not. So okay, so have a vaccine. Yeah, I think there's going to be a vaccine. Yes, I think there's going to be a vaccine. Okay, I don't think it's that far. Honestly, I do not think it's that far away. I don't think it's that far. Okay, good, interesting. I find interesting. Okay, so okay. So okay, so then now, guys, this is because to be honest, I kind of hate like too many, so negative, right? A lot of times. But let's look at this. Medical supplies running low. Well, because they send it everything to China, right? So Janice Lee got her. Oh yeah, I don't. Okay. So okay, so medical supplies running low. What happens next? I think there's people are fabricating this. There's people helping out. There's more, but guys, this is the sad thing, is that really the government is not doing anything about it. The government is not doing anything about it. And it's actually, it would be better if it was just a case where they said the government is not doing anything, than them pretending like they're doing the job when they're not doing it. Or it's I feel like there's the will of people, the will of companies to fabricate all this. A lot of people are fabricating things, and it's reaching, okay, it's reaching out. But it would be easier, of course, if the government would, we're collaborating, but it's not. Okay, you know what I mean? Like I was, what was it like, I think it was Rachel Maddow or somewhere, they were saying that these companies, they're fabricating things, they don't know who they should prioritize. They don't, they're just confused about it. Okay, because it's kind of overwhelming. So you know what I mean? So that's it, saying that the hospitals are going to have to reach, at least for now, going to reach to, so people are going to survive, guys. I really feel like there's communities coming together, but it's just like the government really like messed up. Okay, first because I think they wanted Jared, like Jared didn't think it was a threat, and then they wanted to make money from it, and it's too late. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. They don't say where to send the products. Okay, so it's saying that it comes down to the hospital administrators reaching out to the companies locally, finding out, so there's kind of how they're going to have to go, they're going about it now. Okay, so okay, and that they're saying the government will eventually cover the costs. Yeah, okay, so that's the story. Okay, so but it's still, I see that is it getting to people. It's just like, honestly, guys, it shows, it's sort of like, okay, imagine if you have to go to, let's say, a party or somewhere. Okay, and there's like, somebody give you the directions to drive to a certain place, and then you get to the main road where you have to drive through, and there it's blocked. And instead, you know what I mean, so it's kind of, that's what the government is doing. It's blocking the ease of like, if the government was directing people to the right place, they are not. They're kind of like, it's like a disruption, not a good not a good disruption. Okay, So it's making it harder, really, definitely making it harder, okay, for companies to get, you know what I mean? It's not organized, in other words. It's not organized. It's, which is awful, right? Like, it should be organized. So, okay. Because I see it, and it's still, guys, I see that Trump has a resistance to this, to help him, because, you know, he feels it's like the disease that he has, the narcissism, okay, the sociopathy. It's like he thinks that the coronavirus is a horrible, which is, it is a horrible thing. He wants no association with it. Therefore, he lets, you know, I feel like I don't want to associate my name to this. I don't want to do this and do that. Okay, so he resists. Now this brings up a question I had not asked, guys, which is an interesting question. I don't watch his things. I just don't watch his waste of time. But people were saying that yesterday his tone changed. Finally, he was telling the truth or something like that, or was honest about the numbers. So my question is why? Like, what, you know, I'm beginning to think either he got, like, somebody told the truth about him. Okay, so I like, what the hell, was it a threat on his, like, was something happened that made him change? I don't, guys, I do not believe for a minute it's like, it's not never the case that he somehow develops like empathy. You know, he never he doesn't have empathy. So what happens? You know, something happened. Why did he change the tone? Okay, what is it? Okay. Oh, you know what, I guys, I told you before that I think some of his friends got sick. I think he even mentioned this, like I told you, I think it's the guy from Newsmax. There's some people that are close to him, supporters of his, that people that are rich, that got sick, and they're not, but I think one of them got hold of him from the hospital and said that he's going to sue him. Okay, somebody said they're going to sue him. Okay, so you know what I mean? So this is interesting. This is interesting. Like, I'm gonna sue you. So I see him touching his pocket, like he's worried about his money. And guys, I also connected to this is the news that Fox News retained lawyers already for this because they are expecting lawsuits because of what they said about coronavirus. Okay, so as you know, Trump only really cares about money. You know what I mean? Like, he really, like I say, he doesn't have empathy. All he cares about is whether he's going to have more money or less money. That's the only thing that moves him, okay, to act, to do anything. So okay, so okay, so this is interesting. Okay, so it makes sense. It makes sense. And so okay, why did he change I think he's afraid. Okay, and that's the person telling him, and he's getting it. Okay, that he's going to cost him money even beyond the election. Okay. Okay, why did he change? He doesn't want to be associated with it. Okay, he knows that. Okay, that's right. I think it's the pressure from the wealthy people that got sick, is that they're threatening to sue him, and they're telling him, also Fox News is telling him. Okay. Okay, so why did he change his thing? Okay. Because, guys, honestly, can I tell you, this is like, what is the truth, what I feel here. If it had been only poor people. Oh my God, okay. Baby boom. Okay, well, cool. So, oh my God, hi. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So, so, just okay. So why did Trump change his tone? What is it about it? I'm just getting a feeling, guys, that if it was just poor people, he would not have said anything. But because powerful people that have the dirt on him and know him have told him things or got sick. Okay, that's right. Yes, that's right. Were they exactly? I think, guys, I swear to God, it's a guy, an older man. Okay, like, he has dark hair and he's threatening him. Okay, he's calling him from the hospital. I do think it's Florida where he is. Okay, he's like, I'm gonna sue your ass, trash. Like, I'm gonna sue. Imagine, sue Mar-a-Lago, because, you know, he's the business owner. He could sue Mar-a-Lago. That's right. Oh yeah. Okay, so interesting. So strength, weakness, the madman, and this is goes back to his past. Oh look, the friend or somebody. Oh look. Interesting. So he's also, the people that he likes maybe got sick, and he's thinking of what does he want? What is his dream? Okay. Like, okay, so it's obviously not about other people, but it's not like, oh my God, I care about him. I care so much. No, he doesn't care about anybody, but I think he's concerned about what could happen to his businesses, right? The guy is threatening him, okay? And I think, can I also tell you guys, I feel like Trump makes people sign an NDA if they become members of Mar-a-Lago. Okay. Oh, look, and instability. Oh, a lot of money. That's right. That's right. Hopeless. Okay. Stability. Oh, look, that's interesting. Wow. Yeah, guys, can I tell you? I think it could even be somebody who works for Mar-a-Lago. I think he's looking. This is something foreign. You know what? It could be that there's something, he could be sued. Okay, I really believe that it's possible something like this could happen to him. He's worried of the legal ramifications of this. Okay, is he going to be sued? Guys, okay, regardless of whether, okay, let's okay, regardless of whether he lives or he's present or not, like in the future or not, is he going to be sued for coronavirus? Let's just say, is he going to be sued for what happened in Mar-a-Lago with coronavirus? Oh, look, this is the, oh, oh yeah. Law looking at unexpected. So yeah. So interesting, because this is about legal issues. This is about analysis on the left brain analysis. This is everything falling apart. And this is soon and also unexpected. Okay, upside down. So it's sooner than he expected, or it's not, in other words, I don't think it's what he expected. Okay. The child, look at him. Oh yeah. The foreign thing. Okay, so recognized. Okay. So, and I feel, guys, it's even could be people like this is the travel card has been popping up a lot. Okay. I feel like it's very possible that it is something like people travel to Mar-a-Lago to do this. Okay. Oh, look, very interesting. Hopeless. Then he has interesting here. This is like the owing money. And this is I don't think this is him. This is like I was telling you guys, a powerful man who has money. I feel like the other thing he's afraid of is that if Mar-a-Lago is sued, he has to expose who the real owners are. Okay. And I feel like Mar-a-Lago is where he makes, he conducts his business, or he meets the foreigners that he belong, look, negative revel. So it's like he's afraid. He's just afraid that this stuff is going to come out. Oh, look. Okay. So like, I don't know, just whether it's okay. So this is the victor. So he's afraid that the revelation is going to compromise his victory. Like, you know what I mean? There's something about it that is very deep. And I don't know, guys, how somebody like Trump, only mental illness justifies, like he's so full of crimes. Okay. So full of crimes constantly, of course he's going to be sued. Okay. So like, but he's so compromised, he always has to cover up shit. Okay. So yeah, I think he's heard from people that are around him. I think, like I said, I do think he's worried about being sued. Okay, more than anything, it's not even about the deaths; it's about being sued. So, okay, so is he okay? How? I know I said I was not going to ask this question because it's just because this came up. How is this going to affect Trump's reelection? Okay, like I know I said that I think he's going to leave, but still, could this affect his reelection? Is it going to affect his reelection somehow? Yes, exactly. Not him personally, but the organization, exactly. Because it's right. This is the thing. It's sort of like because guys, people like this. When you have a business, usually you have an LLC. So exactly for the reason, so that if you are ever sued, they don't go after your personal assets. Okay. So how is it going to affect his reelection, if anything? Okay. Exactly. So interesting. Getting what he wants now. This is a temperance balance. Exposing the people behind. Interesting. Oh, secret. Secret money, secrets about the money coming, trash. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, what is it? No, 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 stay, 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 stay. Mm. So you see, like, oh, you know, it's interesting. Be careful what you ask for. This is getting what you want. You got what you want? Oh, yeah. Really? So secret money, secret personal finances are the end of him. At the end of him. At the end of him. So, but you know, guys, this is interesting. Okay, so the shady deals. Okay, man. Yeah, confidential. See, there's some sort of like confidential information here, strategic, you know, confidential information here. Okay, like the money. Okay, so how he got money and stuff. So, okay, the people that he's close to, and this happened behind the scenes. So, in other words, okay, so does the coronavirus, how does it affect? See, because I'm not getting necessarily things about his the coronavirus itself. I just feel like again, the information, financial information, is what kills him, and it's gonna happen now. You know, is that crazy? I just feel like you would think that this coronavirus. Okay, now really like is corona. How is okay? How is the go to coronavirus going to impact his reelection? Is it going to impact his reelection at all or not? You know, it's so interesting because you know it reminds me of something. Okay, just one second, guys. It's very interesting. Okay, so wow, you know what's so what I got, the image I got was that it's like right after the Civil War. Because the question I asked, so is it, how is it gonna impact him or because I see them people looking around, there's some sort of devastation or like the consequence, because you know what's so interesting, guys, as you know, this is not controversial to say there's a move to create a lot of division. You know, Trump succeeded in doing this with the GOP and the country, and sometimes some far left candidates sometimes try to also create you know what I mean. So it's interesting because they always talk about the Civil War, right? They want to do they're kind of like there's a reference of Trump in the Civil War where he wants to create the division, he wants to reignite those racist things, you know, stuff like that. So what it shows is that there's like the devastation after or as you know this whole thing of like the coronavirus in a weird way is going to show the devastation of what happens when you divide, when you create the government is about division and separation. So then there's reconstruction. So in other words, I don't think that it's the project that he had is already been accomplished. Like he what did he come to do this? Like why did he go into power? To divide, to create a situation that would weaken the country. And in some ways he succeeded. Okay, it's not as if okay, how do I say this? It's not as if he's the only person to blame for division, but he created it, and then the population sees. We already see it, but everybody's going to see what happens when you have a government like this. You have total devastation. Okay, so in other words, that is ultimately what I think it's going to, because it's saying, guys, you know, and you know this is very true. Have you noticed that ever since Trump went into power, he started doing things really quickly? And this is something that Bannon talked about. You have to come in and create a shock and awe, you know, like kind of like shock people constantly with your stuff. And it was really, really fast. And this coronavirus slows everything down. And if Trump can't act quickly, it's very difficult for him to win. You know, so the coronavirus slows everything down so that people could see it. Okay. And if people start to see it, and it's telling me here that the industries that are going to be most devastated are the people that work in these, like I do think, guys, could be manufacturing, it could be a lot of places where there's Trump voters. Okay, to be honest. Okay, so that's what I think. You know, I'm thinking, okay, so is this okay, how is the okay, so yeah, I feel like, guys, I see that this is this thing is going to create havoc really quickly. It's already creating, you know, so so Trump is nowhere to be seen. Okay, he doesn't, it doesn't show up. He doesn't. I think, like I said, collectively, it doesn't. Is okay. Is he going to be on the ballot? Is Trump going to be on the ballot? Even going to be on the ballot? Is he going to be on the ballot? Is Trump going to be on the ballot 2020? Because I don't know. This easy. Trump gonna be in the ballot? Election. Letter? A letter. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't think, I don't know. This is a message that was discovered. Okay, this is really connected to election, losing control. A woman here could be. There could be also that we have more information about what he really did to Hillary. I don't see him win. No, I don't think he can win, even if he's. I don't know. I just think a lot of things are going to happen by the time. And I see it's showing me here. He's getting sicker. Okay, so okay. So next, okay, more questions. Interesting. No, I find interesting. Okay, so yeah, it's, what I feel like, it's almost as if this whole situation with the coronavirus creates priorities that Trump is not interested in. He clearly is not interested in coronavirus or helping. So people get you get really worried when these things start to happen to you, see people die. It's very intense, okay, when it happens. It really is. So like, so that's what I feel like. It's really yeah, okay. I'm like, okay. Okay. Okay, so now guys, I'm gonna ask the question then. Let's go to like how coronavirus will change us. The positive, in other words, I feel like Trump, like the reality outlives Trump. Like he's living in a reality that is not truthful to anybody and he can't keep up with it. He's not interested. Like his inability to deal with the situation is becomes obvious. Okay. Okay, so okay, so okay, so let's ask here. Let's ask here. Okay, so okay, guys, let's ask first the challenges, okay? Because I see, guys, it already makes me nervous. Like I was saying, this is why I advocate going out, doing something else, because it's very scary when you read about other people. It's overwhelming. So, okay, so what are the challenges and what are the positives? Okay, so how will coronavirus change us? What are the challenges? It's saying here, people looking for work. I see people looking for work. And the fact that we don't have the social, we don't have a structure to help people in a calamity situation like this. And then it shows that, like, and I don't know how it's going to happen, guys. I feel like something like, they still talk about universal basic income, something to the extent of like, it's not, I think honestly, welfare is the wrong word because it's so loaded now, ever since, like, I guess Reagan or something like that. It's something like the government is going to have to give people income for the time, like not just once, but I see Nancy playing a big role in this until they find their new jobs, or if they don't find it, something, because otherwise people are going to drop dead. It's just a fact. And the numbers are so high that people, that you can't deny it. Okay. I really, like, you can't deny it. Like, you can't deny it. You can't say it wasn't. Okay. And I think also there's people have a lot of debt because of, like, either medical, different things. Like, people have debt if they don't, if they didn't need money, then they got debt. You know what I mean? So it's a very difficult situation. And I think it exposes, I see the exposure of like, why is Amazon not paying taxes? It goes back to that. Okay. Why is Amazon not paying taxes? Like, why are we supporting? Because, unfortunately, guys, this is what's awful. When large amounts of people either stop paying taxes because they make no income, or the taxes are extremely low, then the money that we were paying for Amazon is not enough. Really, because this is how sad. Like, we had a system where the people that make less money support the corporations. Like, we were basically, this is like, and in a way, guys, this is like the reality. This is what's sad about it. Okay, is that we should not be paying it in the first place. This is wrong. You know what I mean? Like we were paying for them. Like the money that, you know what I mean? Instead of this money that is taken from taxes, for example, is applied into education, or we give them, like, where does this money come from? The money that gives credits to Amazon or whatever, from us. It comes from us. So the moment you have a significantly low number of people like paying taxes, like then you see it immediately. So that's why those things have to stop, because we don't have, we can't continue to be subsidizing large companies. We just can't. So, oh, guys, it's very interesting. It's also telling me that when this happens, then the truth about a lot of these companies comes out, is that the reason why they survived, it wasn't because they were profitable, it was because they were basically like had all kinds of breaks for everything. So they called the rig system. It really was okay. So things change. Things change, and I think that obviously the tax situation has to change. Okay. And then we have to care for, like, for citizens. We should, right? This is how it should have been at the beginning. And so, okay, so then what else? Okay, how does this change? But the question I have here, how, like, there's so many lobbyists helping these companies. How is the situation going to change? They're saying, Rosie, read the Constitution. Does it say we should protect corporations? No. So, because it's, guys, I don't mean to scare you as usual, but I feel like the situation, and it's almost like the effect or the after effect of the situation scares people so much that we're moved to action. Okay, if we move to action. And once you remove the propaganda, you say there's so much propaganda now with Facebook and the Trump people and the far right. It's all about lying. And once the lie, like, okay, for example, I was telling you guys, when I go out and it's beautiful and it's nice to walk and you feel better, it's showing that in the same way but different. When you hear news about people that that died of coronavirus, or you see a lot of you can't, the lies that they put on top of it, they just, because there's degrees of everything, but grief is very powerful and it wakes you up from things. Okay, so if you were believing the stuff, you're not going to believe it anymore. So once people stop with the lying, then you see the situation for what it is. Okay. And so, okay, so that's it. They're saying there's going to be a huge deficit, so we're going to have higher taxes, and we're going to have to stop. This is the thing, guys, because this is going to be known as like the corporate welfare era. Honestly, right? Because it wasn't, guys, it's not just that there was inequality, but that they were taking our money to support them. This is like they were taking our money. You know what I mean? This is like what is wrong about it. They talk about welfare. Let's talk about welfare. What is welfare? Is what, like, guys, Walmart is the biggest employer in the US, and yet they don't pay. Like, I don't know, just when I start thinking about it, it's kind of crazy. It makes no sense. It's not logical what's happening. So, so even though we think what we are describing here sounds like drastic, it's actually a balancing. It's like making it the wrong right. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like we should just stop supporting these companies. Like, why should they be accumulating so much money when there's people start, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. To me, I'm like, don't get started. This is so upsetting. So this is okay. So they were saying, yeah, they created these laws that benefited them on so many levels, and we're like supporting them. And now when the budget is so low, and it's saying, guys, these companies, they can't pay. They can definitely pay, but they just don't want to, or they can't. There's ways to go around it. Okay. And that's not that, it's saying it's not that hard. Once they start paying, then you could, and that's it. There's going to be, guys, and this is like, okay, it's hard to believe that it's going to happen. I sure hope it happens. But that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing here is that there's going to be a lot of people who are going to have to be retrained. There's going to have to be, like, the educational system has to change. But a lot of people are going to have to continue to receive a lot of money, like a lot, not, a lot of money, but just like, in terms of like the full amount for the entire country. But what I mean is, like, a lot of people are going to have to be receiving money for a long time, and it's not Social Security, which is like very little money, okay, for most people, but it's like more significant amounts of money for people all ages. Okay, it's going to be like, yeah, I guess you can call it like more like, some England they had this a little bit, some countries have it, Germany, France, or whatever, because the population is really, really, really poor, and the jobs that don't give anything, you know what I mean, they don't have any benefits, then then you have people, you know, dropping dead or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's saying the population is going to reject this massively. And they just, guys, I seriously, I swear, I see these, a lot of these far right people dropping dead, like from this, and or something. It's almost like a little, they are sucked out of the world. It's like they are, you know, these are the viruses that we have to fight. You know what I mean? Really, they are like the most, you know, the most negative. Like, I don't know, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what to say, guys. Oh my gosh, so many comments here. Okay. Did you not get it? This is like, oh yeah, I don't know, guys. Yeah, I didn't receive the link either. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, so I just see the comments here. So anyway, so this is the story, okay? I lived in people live in multi-million, buy a horse or two, declare farmsteads. Oh, how interesting. Now they get these huge, oh, very interesting. How can you, okay, can you ask if red states will understand the need for change even if they can't admit Trump is awful? Okay, so it's interesting. Okay, so can you ask, will red states understand the need for change even if they can't admit? Okay, they will. You know, and it's interesting, AMC, the image I see is not, oh my God, I don't know if you've read, um, I don't know if you have read the Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, okay? And it's telling me, it's giving me, I used to have this book, guys. I used to have it's like a hardcover, you know, and it's showing me this book. It's like this, they're telling me it's not over, the book is not over yet for them. They still believe the guy is the beautiful thing. And then once they close, the book closes, they see the monster for who he is. They still believe that he's beautiful and charming. Okay. They haven't seen the monster yet. Okay. Because if you're not familiar with the story, it's the story of this beautiful, handsome man who turns out had this painting in his attic. And the painting was a painting of a monster, but the painting changed. It was like a living painting that basically, right? That basically, how do you call it? That basically showed the truth about who he is, but he kept it in the attic. But eventually, one day he goes to the attic towards the end and he sees that the painting is beautiful, changed from being a monster to being beautiful. That means he becomes a monster, and that's what happens, and everything ends for him. So okay, so this is it, guys. It shows the monster, okay, the monster. And I think, you know what it is like, it's only until, because I see this, like almost like they see the dirt, they see devastation, they see the situation for what it is. At one point, this is, and they're saying this, guys, you know what's telling me, this is kind of amazing. I hope so. I don't know, I don't understand how it's going to happen, but it showed me a mirror. So when they see, it's almost like they see a reality, there's a monstrous reality, okay? So then, like, there's a reality, a horrible, they think is a horrible, there's a reality, and then they see it's themselves. They somehow understand. I don't know, I have a hard time believing, okay? Okay, I have a hard time believing it, but it's saying that they're going to recognize the monstrosity they created. They helped create the monster. Okay, I find it hard to believe, to be honest, because to me they seem very incapable of doing it. And, you know what I mean? They just are not able. But it's saying that if you don't have, if you don't have the, like, the news constantly, the Fox News and all those people repeating the same thing, they are forced to think. And they turn on the television, they see the Democrats or whatever, Nancy Pelosi, they're helping them. They are. So it's just a matter, like, if the propaganda system goes down for whatever reason, okay, they just have to realize that this was a lie all along. And like I was telling you guys, the hatred they feel for being fooled, for being, they feel incredible anger at the Republicans and at Trump. Kind of like I was telling you, it's sort of like the people who bought into Bernie Madoff. The same thing. He's a con artist, okay? Like, that's it. These people are con artists. So because, guys, I see, I also see, this is interesting. I see the guy, I guess, is those evangelical people, okay? I see that there's people who are who get sick, or their families get sick, and they ask for help from the church, and the church doesn't help them. Or they see, like, they have all these private jets, but they don't help. Something concrete like that, like, oh my God, you gave all your free time to the church, you know, there's these churches, mega churches or whatever, and then at the end of the day, they don't do, the guy keeps all his private airplanes and does nothing for you. So, you know, it's like eventually when they see the compare themselves, the suffering they feel and they experience to the lives of the pastors whose livelihoods they supported there all along, they get very upset, they get very angry, they get so angry. Okay, so like, you know, so I think that's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. And so they don't care that like they really see that they don't really care, they never cared. And then they have, because I said, guys, before I had this image, this message before, okay, that they have, they said, I heard this thing, something like there's going to be awakening from these people following blindly these religions. It's not that, you know, guys, religion, there's a lot of very good things about religion, but some of these churches are scams. Okay, that's what they are scams. Those people are not Christian. I don't know what the hell they have in their heads. Okay, it's like a cult. So, you know, it's like these people, guys, who go like Scientology, whatever you call it. Okay, these cults, they work when everybody, like, they're totally forbidden from seeing. They live in a very small world, and these diseases like this, they have the ability to crack open the world so you could see it, things from a different perspective. You know what I mean? Death, someone's death is going to do that to you. You're going to have to wake up and look around and see. You know, and really, like, you don't have a defense because you're so hurt. You know what I mean? Seriously. So, so this is it. And okay, but then I have another question comes up. Okay, what about the? Okay, a quick question. What about the? What about the propaganda channels? Like, this is like, how are they gonna not have this? How are they gonna, you know, because the problem, guys, you know, is okay. It's not even okay. For example, if Trump left, Fox News, Fox News, and everybody was like, I think they could have another person because they are so powerful. They are capable of like doing this. What would stop Fox News from like finding another person to pump? Okay, how are things going to change enough that people are going to wake up? Because it's saying the Fox News, there's lawsuits, they're going to have to change also. They're going to have to change because it's not financially viable. And they may, guys, the government may even sue them in the future, okay, for this, for what they're doing, for like medical, like malpractice. You know what I mean? Like they're giving such misleading information on purpose. So it, you know, so it's going to be a collective awakening, okay, collective awakening. And everybody's going to be doing also more volunteer work because, you know, we're going to have to rebuild the country. You know, not just that, but I think people, like I said, I think people are gonna be um like on like some sort of federal assistance, but also they're gonna be working, doing different things. You know what I mean? Because like, because guys, I know I don't want to scare anybody, but it's almost like we need a like reconstruction, like I was saying before. After this, you know, reconstruction, because the country may be devastated in some areas, okay, because of this. Like, you know, we're gonna have to need like communal kitchens and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Not forever, but until we, you know, we kind of rebuild, okay? Because it's saying a lot of people were living with so much debt and like not having enough and working hundreds of jobs, and you know, it was crazy. People were working too much. And I'm not talking about white collar, I'm talking about blue collar, I'm talking about people who have no benefits. And it's saying it's like the pain is saying the pain is going to be felt in the states where the majority of people work in these jobs that have no benefits. You know what I mean? So that's like majority of like Republican places, okay? So, oh guys, I'm sorry. Like I said, I apologize again. I only posted to tell you about the posting. Okay, the link only like sadly 6:40, but for some reason they didn't send the link. I posted, okay, and then they didn't send the link until like I don't know, just now. Okay, so anyway, so that's sorry about that. Okay, but you just sorry. I'm sorry because it took me so long to post. But usually it's like 7 p.m. Okay, 7 p.m. is the time. So I'm sorry. It won't happen again. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so anyway, so just go back here to the story. So it's saying that we're gonna have, you know, collectively rebuilding. Okay, okay, so can you ask if red states will be willing to retrain for jobs or insist on bringing back coal and other outdated industries that are bad for the environment? You know, I see this sign here. No, rebuilding. Guys, I almost see, it's kind of interesting. Like it's giving me these images. These towns like in a lot of red states or even blue states that are like have these malls that nobody, almost like these ghost malls or something, where there used to be industries or stores and it's all empty. And then I see gardens, people gardening, creating a community. Like it's almost, guys, can I tell you, this sounds harsh, okay, but I'm just saying, it's almost as if entire industries are going to be wiped, like cities are going to be wiped out, kind of like what happened in some cities, like Detroit. There's still the cars, but what I'm talking about, like it's almost like entire cities are going to be wiped out, entire like certain areas of the country where they used to have certain, there's nothing, there's going to be nothing, no employers, nothing, no stores, nothing, no work at all. It used to be that there's only like some areas like in the West Virginia, it used to be like less prevalent, but it's going to be more prevalent. So we're going to have these, like I was telling you, industries of rebuilding, like education, food. There's something, okay, but I'm just saying, you guys, unfortunately, okay, so this is like what, okay, what's going to happen, okay? Wait, guys, what happened? Do they see the link? Okay, it's weird, okay? I guess he's not seeing it. It's so weird. Okay, so I don't know. I guess I thought you guys were getting me, just 1 second, okay? Because I thought they were able to watch it. Okay. Oh, interesting, guys. Okay, they're telling me here. Okay, okay, they're okay. So heads up. Okay, they have delays. Okay, I'm sorry. It's weird to me. Okay, okay, so weird. Okay, I guess it's not posting. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Okay, it's weird, guys. Okay, it's so weird. Okay, let me see this. Okay. Wow, I don't know. Let me just 1 second. Can we see? Because I'm seeing these images, okay? Okay, just 1 second, okay? It's so weird. I don't understand how it's happening, okay? Yeah, I for some reason I thought that they received, because I received the link and now it's like they don't see it. It's so strange to me. Oh my God, it's so weird. Okay, sorry. Weird. Okay, 1 second. Let me just post it here, okay? Yeah, I don't know what happened. Okay, so yeah, it's saying here, heads up, we're experiencing some delays. We're seeing delays with certain site functions right now, like email notifications. Okay, post access. Wow, our team is working to resolve the delays. Okay, so that's it. I'm sorry about that. Okay, sorry. Okay. Yeah, okay. So anyway, so going back here. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay, I didn't know. Okay, so wow, okay. Okay, so this is it. Okay. So okay, so okay, wow, okay. Anyway, so I'm back. Okay, I'm back on, guys. Okay, so anyway, just because I was like, well, just I saw all these comments. I thought people, like, they went in, they saw the thing, but it wasn't even, I guess it was not visible on their thing. I don't know how it happens, but anyway, so that's the story. It's so strange. Okay, so anyway, so just saying, talking about these farms. Okay, so what's gonna happen? Let me just say, like a city, like I say, a city where the industries close, everything closes down. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Schools, they're going to have to create schools, they're going to have to, it's like it's going to rebuild but differently. Okay, it's saying there's going to, it's interesting because it's say, oh my God, what's also telling me, this is really fascinating, okay? It's telling me this thing, okay, that how like a lot of suburbs had all these huge chain stores, and how, as retail stores, there's a lot of like bankruptcies. Okay, so the local stores that are kind of like they're on their last legs, they go away. So what happens is they're going to have to do kind of like a rebirth, where they're going to have small stores and local things. You know what I mean? They're going to have to, like, it's the same thing, but they're going to need a lot of, like, I see like small business. I hate the word loans, but some sort of like some sort of like projects where they help people rebuild there, because even if you have Amazon, you still need local stores, restaurants, food stores and stuff like that. So they're going to have to rebuild some of it, because once the big stores go away, there's nothing, so they're going to have to again rethink this concept of the mega everything. You know what I mean? Because it's not good. You know what I mean? Like, because think about it, if these stores, if the government stops giving them tax breaks, and then they don't pay very much either, and they don't give people benefits, what is the point of them? There's no point to them. Okay, so so this is it. I think there's going to be a huge rescue effort. Okay, huge rescue effort, and better education is going to come as a result. And I also feel like there may be, and I don't know, guys, because Republicans get the 50. Okay, exactly. Neighborhoods, it's not okay. No, I don't know what it is. AMC, I don't know. Or Francie, I don't know what it is. It's not the 50s. It's something else. Okay, it's not. It's more like I don't know what area. I don't know how to explain it, guys. It's just not the same. Okay, it's just not the same. Okay, I don't know how to explain it. It's not the 50s. Okay, it's not because the 50s were quite rigid. This is not rigid. It's more like people do things that are needed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how else to put it. You know, because it's saying that before, like these huge stores would come into small towns, and people would be employed by them, but then they would like almost like, it's kind of telling me that all their blood would be taken by the big store. I don't know how to explain it. It was just something like they would just suck their energy out of these people. Okay, exactly. More community, local, exactly, versus monopolies. Because guys, okay, let's just get real. This is gonna sound like strange. Yeah, exactly. So this is gonna sound strange, okay, but you know what it is? It's sort of like right now, all the money that should be going into communities is going to corporations, but the corporations don't give back, okay? They just don't. That's just a fact, okay? So so then if you stop giving money to these corporations, then you give the money to people, local people who don't need to make as much money, but at least they help it's the ecosystem. You need a local ecosystem for everything. You know what I mean? So it's not that it's like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like there's actually a renaissance of businesses, because people, yeah, I don't think they'll disappear. They would just, like, guys, in a normal world, just make normal, where they make their products, they pay their taxes, and it's a normal world. People, they pay normal salaries. Because one of the reasons why these corporations grew so big is because they never pay taxes, one, and then you know what I mean? There's the imbalance. Okay, and so, because you know what it is, guys, when you realize like that like, okay, for example, let's say the corporations don't have, in the future they continue to exist, but they don't have money to pay for the salaries of people, or the salaries are not enough, then the government has to step in. So what the government can't do is to pay for these companies, give them breaks, give them actual cash bonuses to start factories or something, and then not pay, and like, and then have to, so you have to do either one. You can't, because people are going to be so needy. They can't be like giving, like, guys, it's just, what I'm understanding here on the one hand is very, it's very simple, and on another hand is not shocking at all. It sounds like very crazy, but in reality it's just is a rebalancing. That's what it is. It's kind of like you have to have this is not like social, whatever you call it. It's like it's basic to me. It just sounds like common sense. You can't have these people that already have a lot not pay anything, and have the employees make nothing and almost die, drop dead. You know what I mean? Because then, guys, American economy, 60% of American economy comes from consumer spending. When you have no consumer spending, you don't have an economy. So this is it. When you have no, so how can people not have consumer spending when the salaries are not enough? And this is what's happening. Corporations are bloated by tax incentives, so that they don't have to pay. They just kind of work the system so they stay alive while, and who pays for this? We do. It's just like you make things a little bit more more honest. It's just a rebalancing of values. Like, guys, because I know it sounds radical considering where we are, but I think if you think about it, it's actually great. because you can't be, do predatory things that we do, like, like, even though, okay, we can argue, oh, Uber did good things, yeah, but the way they have been taking the money from the people, the drivers, it's wrong. These corporations that exist, they're a lot of times they're just middlemen, and you have to just remove the middleman. Like, why are corporations allowed to exist that all they do is take the money from, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Okay, it's too much. And it's saying, guys, that I feel like I see, it's funny, I see and I don't know, guys, this, I do think there's an involvement of, like, yeah, there's no giving, exactly. And just to give you an example, guys, this is like just a simple example that does not extreme. Like, even let's say a corporation like Google that's supposed to be really good, right? A place like Google. So they created so much wealth for California. This is true. They created it. But then they have, I never understood personally why don't states, for example, require that these corporations, let's say they give money to schools, or that they create parks. They have to create some sort of community events, or situations for the cities where they live, where they exist. Instead, it's like more and more isolation. These huge corporations exist, and they're so isolated, they're so, like, and at the same time they take up so many services from these cities. They don't get, like, this is not going to work well. It's a relationship, okay, of any kind. Like, when you give, one person gives too much, the other one takes too much, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be some sort of balance. This is not communism. This is human. You know what I mean? Like, it's too much. It is too much. Okay, it is too much. It is wrong. It's just, that's what it is. Okay, it's what it is. And like I said, I was gonna say, guys, the coronavirus, somehow I feel like they remove a lot of these wealthy people, okay, connected to Trump. They may pass away, or like whatever, because because it was a scam. That's what it was. It was a huge scam. Okay. And I think, guys, what happens is that a lot of people become poor quickly, and, like, you know what I mean, stuff like, the truth is exposed. That's what, I don't know which other way to see it. Okay, is that because the reality, guys, is that if this country doesn't do this, we're gonna literally walk down the street and see people dying, falling, dropping dead. And then the other thing that's gonna happen is looting. Okay, because people are starving, they're gonna go in groups, gonna go to the food store and steal the food because they need to eat. If you don't help these people, the country ends in some way, or, you know what I mean. you know you know what I mean, like, you know what I'm saying. So like, okay, so that's, it seems like it's almost like there's no other remedy. Okay, there's a, but I feel like, guys, it's almost like we can't trust the billionaires people. I know, because I make fun of Bernie, but it's just like, I think there's a lot of great innovation. Like, one thing doesn't stop the other. You can still create innovation, create all these things, but what you can't do is to stop paying taxes. There's a reason why taxes exist. Okay, is that they support, you know what I mean? Like, it's too much. I think it's too much. It's too much. They're too greedy. Okay, too greedy. And people are, guys, you hear the stories of people who are saying, even the 80s, 70s, like, it's relatively okay. Will the government seize money from the corrupt people and give it back to the government? Well, it's saying that it has to be crime by crime. Okay, crime by crime. I think, yes, we're gonna. I do think, guys, there's gonna be some sort of truth commission. Okay, we just have to. Everything has to change. Guys. And I see the headlines: America 2.0. Because the people who wrote the Constitution, they said the American is an experiment. A lot of people say America's, but the experiment failed up to a point. It succeeded, but then also failed. So let's fix how it failed. So this is it. It's not that they're going to be like, take the money from. It's not that. It's more like, let's reboot. Okay. And yes, they're going to have a truth commission. They're going to have to prosecute people who fucked up. Okay, because and I think, guys, the irony is because Cindy's saying it has to change exactly, but it's interesting because coronavirus is the thing that made it happen. It has to change quickly, because, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna crash, like, end. The country's gonna end, like, if nothing is done. Think about it. Let's say nothing is done. The cities nothing is gonna, because you know what it is, guys, if you don't give people support at this time, the entire country is gonna crash. Like I was telling you, they're not gonna have food. People are gonna die. Like, it's gonna be like, Exactly. COVID has changed me. You know what I mean? Like it's like they're gonna drop dead. People are gonna drop dead, like thousands of people. And you know what it is? You know how like I was telling you the thing about that I did the AIDS, and then there was a Reagan came up, and it was showed the hatred he had of poor people. But this thing is not just poor people, it's rich people, poor people, all kinds of people. It happens to everybody, almost everybody. But I'm not even talking about the disease itself, but the changes. All everybody, most people are affected somehow. So at least a big percentage of the country. So it's not the same. It's not the same because I think, guys, we were slow. They were able to, like, the scam of the Republicans was always to take something a little bit. Oh, let's take a little bit here, take a little bit here, there, take a little bit there, and so people didn't notice. They use propaganda to make it okay. But this is so like I was reading these articles. Okay, yeah. So yeah. So Barb is she's in New Zealand, just different systems. So, but I just feel like here, it just has to change. It's wrong. It's off balance and it's awful. It's just like, is that's what it is. Like people are gonna drop dead, or like it's not gonna work if you don't have like the base. Like, guys, what makes the economy is the bottom. The reality is this: if you have a large number of consumers, you create, people buy things, and that's what it is. That's what made America succeed, is to have a very large number of people who could buy things, could create, products and stuff like that. So if you don't have that, then you don't have anything. So the economy can never return if you don't have people, like consumers, with basic needs met. Okay. So, because if you think about it, guys, the reality is that those billionaires or whatever, the people that are very powerful, that let's say the corporations, it's a minority. It's a giant minority. And that's it. They're the minority, and that's the truth. And if we elect, this is the thing, guys. Oh my God, this is crazy. So what about, okay, guys, I know it's crazy. Oh my God. Okay, just quick question. How these people have done everything in their mind, everything in their power to stop people, to like crush us. How are how how are they gonna let it happen? Like, this is just a simple question. Aren't they gonna still do everything they can, including terrorism, whatever the hell? They're capable of doing anything. So not if it's like a lot of people are sick. It's just saying there are a lot of people sick, and I don't know, guys. It seems a lot less comfortable for them. Okay, and their companies are not doing so well either. They're suffering too, financially. They see it. Okay, how will charity apply when we are actually taking care of people, which we don't get to set the agenda of how? Yeah, exactly. Not okay. So how will charity and love? That's the thing, guys. I think it was still, it's kind of telling me that there's going to be a lot less, because you guys probably know this, right? That a lot of charities are essentially tax schemes. They're not really doing it because they are good people. They're doing it because it's a way to pump their egos. Okay, really. Okay. Okay, guys, I don't mean to be, like I said, it's not that I hate, it's not that I hate, no, it's not about like attacking people with who are not, that is the fact. I've noticed this. Have you noticed how a lot of these people, they're very famous, entrepreneurs, whatever, they're silent with this coronavirus? Have you noticed this? Like, they always were like, oh, how great they are, like they have, so they don't know, oh my God, they do so many great things. They're silent now. You would think that these people that have so much money, they would actually step in. Oh wow, look how great they are, and all these things. And all, no, they're not. They're silent now. I see they're silent. Okay, so you know what I'm saying. Most of them are silent. I understand they're probably worried too, like everybody else. But you know what I'm saying. So I think it, like, you know what I mean. I think it's true. The like, I think, okay. So how they change? I feel like, you know what it is okay. How are they? Is it gonna change? Yeah, if we don't need it as much, okay. Guys, I see. Okay, this is the thing. Did you okay? When I think about, for example, I hear the SAR in New York. You know how, like, there's like thousands of policemen and emergency services responders here. There's thousands of them. I feel like those people should make the most money. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, like they're like the ones that suffer for the country. They should make more money. I'm sorry, like, not just make more money, but they should be recognized for it or something. Like, it's wrong. Okay, so I feel like we're gonna have to fix the country. That's right. So what happens to these people, like the libertarians? So like they fall, they drop dead. Some of them drop dead, but their businesses are going to say their business are going to be affected. They're going to have to agree, not agree. It's not up to them, first of all, that it's not. It didn't work. It didn't work. They got good things out of it, but it didn't work. It didn't work. Okay, that's it. It didn't work. It was. It's like it was a theory for them. It didn't work because they lost consumers too. Okay. But it's more than hazard pay, guys. Okay, okay. When I think about that guy, oh my God, I get so angry. I just think about Rand Paul. Do you remember how Rand Paul attacked the 9/11 responders? Do you remember how he did that? I'm like, I just hope that he. Oh my God, when I think about these people, guys, like this is so wrong. Like this is should not even be a question. Okay, like you know what I mean? Oh my God, I'm just like I can't even. When I think about it, I'm just like, wow. Like this is not that different, you know, in a way 9/11 it was even easier because you had some sort of like obvious enemy that you could point fingers at, but this is like this. They are putting their lives on the line the same way. They have families, you know, they like if they get sick, they could affect their, you know, it's like it's even it's in a way it's I don't want to, you know, quantify, but it's like this the difference is coronavirus could get their own family members killed, not just them. You know what I mean? Like think about it. This is like awful, awful like that. So, oh my God. So, so anyway, guys, so this is interesting. Okay, so this is nice in a way. So, okay, so what about the diet? Okay, the dire thing is, are people gonna? No, I think it's gonna be, there's gonna be a couple more months of like this tragedy, but then I think, like I said, either it's somebody. I don't think it's because okay, guys, for let's talk real things. If nothing is done, nothing concrete is done in the next 2 or 3 months, it's over. You know what I mean? Like very radical things have to be done in order to stop the entire country from crashing. Okay, this is a fact. Okay, this is a fact. This is a fact. If you don't do it, this is like you know the whole thing is over, and this is why I think you know either Trump goes. You know, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. You know, I'm for. Yeah, I don't know what happens. You saw that the Patreon is like down, not down. They said it's delayed or something. Okay, so you know, so this is okay. Sorry about that. It's just it is what it is. Okay. So but anyway, so that's is it. Okay, so that's what I think, but I think once it comes together again, it's stronger. It really is, because you know what it is, guys. Now we see the problems are exposed for everybody to see. You cannot deny them and say that they don't exist. They exist and they are very obvious. Okay, so you know, so so I think it's there's going to be less, you know, saying guys, less bullshit and more real things. And I have to say, you know, like I was telling you, I was talking to people earlier today on the phone, you know, that with the monthly calls thing. And then they were saying that, you know, they have their jobs, they're working, no, things are working. It's not that the entire economy is going to crash. No, but it impacts many people. So to not be so, you know, it's not as awful like that, but it, you know, like I said, it there's going to be a big change. Okay, and in a way, I like I said, I do think it's not going to be like theoretical. It's going to be like we need this money for, it's going to be very like practical. We have to do something because it's not working by. It's not going to be like, oh, should we do this or should we do that? Because if we don't do something, then the whole thing crashes. Okay, so okay, let's just say no, fine. Yeah, fakeness of the stock market. Yeah, well, it's not the stock market. I mean, I guys, the truth is, if all these companies crash, then there's we still somehow have to maintain some aspects of the stock market. I don't know how we're not going to have it. If we kind of have to have it in some way, but not in the way that is, you know, because they're saying that, because you know the problem is seeing the stock market as the bellwether of the economy. It's not. It should not be. Okay, so so okay. So okay, so now I have more questions. Do I have questions? No, I think it's so what's okay, what's gonna be like? Sorry, I'm getting some cards, guys. Okay. No, guys, you know, Shell, that is bullshit. Like those currencies, Bitcoin is like a scam. Okay. That can't be currency because there's too much fluctuation. Okay, that's not gonna work. No, Bitcoin, it cannot work. Okay, this is, guys, be careful because this is a propaganda stuff. Okay, about the Bitcoin, it's bullshit because one day it's $10,000, the other day it's $6,000. There's a lot. There's a lot of speculation. It's not different from the stock market. Okay, it's just the way they're rebranding it to get people to put money in it. They dump everything. Okay, you know, I don't think it's like people say, oh, it's going to be like, it's not necessarily the end of everything. No, because you know what happens, like Bitcoin is all about it's all about money laundering and criminal activity. Most of it is used for that. Okay, so what happens is people who don't have access to the banking system because their stuff is illegal, they use Bitcoin to transfer money. Okay, but most people don't, you know, you can't use it because the fees are too high. It's like there's a lot of studies about this. It's not usable as currency. Okay, it's not, the problem is not necessarily like, oh, the financial system is that is the taxes, is the fees, is different, you know, different ways, like those scams that they want people to buy into it so they can dump it. Be careful. I really highly recommend everybody to stay away from cryptocurrencies. Okay, just stay away from it. There's no regulation and there's a whole lot of scams. Okay, so it's easy, you know, you can make money on these things if you are a big player, your hedge fund or something where you could buy, sell, you understand how to manipulate, how to create programs to money. Just stay away from it. Okay, don't buy into this. Just don't. Okay, so okay, just okay, so this is like another, like they want people to, you know, so okay, so this is it. Okay, yeah, it's just like, it's not, guys, it's not feasible because they say, oh, it's a decentralized. No, it's not. Nothing, there's no such a thing as decentralized. No, there's always people, like somebody's is manipulating the market. There's, so guys, if you start reading about, there's so much market manipulation with cryptocurrencies, it's unreal. Okay, so just no, it's not enough. It's not. Okay, yeah, no, it's, so what's okay, so bank, yeah, just that they have to have less. It's more like a community thing. The problem is greed. People wanted to make too much money and stuff like that, but it's not. Okay, so no, it's no. Because you know, there's always the problem with these cryptocurrencies because there's no regulation. You don't know who's moving the market or not. Okay, it's very dangerous, and they are very clever to use to threat, to kind of like, there's so much propaganda, guys. You know, there's a book I read. I love this book. It's called no, it's not that extreme. Not bartering. It's not that extreme, guys. It's still there's an economy. There's not like poor people in like in the middle of nowhere. It's not like that. Okay. And if you want to find out what the society like that, just look at Afghanistan. Okay. It's societies where there's tribal cultures, where there's no, you know what I mean? Like it's very dangerous. It's like you have to go back to a time where there's like like not only no corporations, but not like no rule of law. If you have rule of law, this is the, you know, guys, can I tell you the real problem is that no, the law doesn't work. What has to happen is a total shift in the criminal justice system and changes in laws. That's it. Because if there's a law that works for everybody, then this stuff is not going to happen. People are not going to take advantage of it. Okay, if the law, you know, if rich people go to jail, if you know, this is, it's not, in a way, it's not that radical. Like it's not like, oh my god, we're not going to have currencies or something. No, it's not that. It's more like there's laws, and if people who break the law go to jail, which doesn't happen. Look at Trump and his family, all these people. Okay, this is not that hard. It's just simple. Is that people realize they can go to jail. That is the radical thing. It's not, oh, the currency system and this and that. It's just different. Okay, and so, and how is the government going to, you know, think about it. If the government were to pay people in Bitcoin, it's not a currency. It's an asset. Okay, because one day it's $10,000, the next is 6,000. That's unfeasible for a currency. That's not possible. Seriously, it's you can't do that. So, you know, so this, guys, this scenario where there's lawlessness and like no currency, it only works for people, again, who have power, because the other people are going to be holding the bag. You know, I've done readings. I remember I did a reading for one person. She bought, it's so sad. She didn't have, she was like, I don't know, she didn't have a lot of money. She said she bought online. Someone told her that like some like Bitcoin something was like gonna make a lot of money, and she bought it and she lost all her money. This is what people that they prey on, you know. Okay, so that no, guys, you know, forgot this is like fear monger. Okay, like don't worry about crime. I told you before, the problem is like if they have to give support to people who don't have money, otherwise they're gonna loot. But there's no problem. Okay, I know people like, oh, I heard the rumors of like some cycles about people saying like, what is it called, the what is it? I don't know, looting or whatever. I'm not. Don't worry about it. Okay, if you have a fair, you know what I mean. Like I think looting could happen if there's no food. You know, personally, if people are starving and they loot, I don't think it's okay. Is that a crime? No, I'm sorry, it's not a crime. Okay, I'm sorry, like people are starving, they have nothing, are they gonna like, okay, I'm sorry, like no, I don't think it that you have to contextualize it. Okay, if there's no food, there's nothing, is that a crime? I don't know. Okay, I don't know if it's a crime. Okay, so you know what I mean. So this is it, it's like if there has to be, it's like a there's a balance. Okay, I know that guys, at the same time the situation is awful, but I don't want you to be afraid. There's a fairness associated with this. Okay, I think it's not like a, you know, what we have now is lawlessness. Okay, okay, we already have lawlessness, which is happening with Trump's family. That's lawlessness right there. That's like bar. That's lawlessness. We have it happening now. What we want is law. It's like, you know, think about it. It's already happening. Lawlessness is here. It's here happening right now. There's children. That's lawlessness. If those people go to jail and somebody is like looting the supermarket, okay, you know, like I'm sorry, like I don't think, if you compare, like people are you know what I mean, like that's why something has to be done, because you know, sorry, am I ranting? So I'm just going to say, guys, I did these cards. Okay, just I was going to show you before I got my rant started the ranting. So these cards, okay, this is the question was what happens in America next. Okay, so look at this card, it's so interesting, right? This is giving to the poor people. Like, it's the system of is a powerful card for this, for system of give and take. This card is about not just having this powerful person to help you, but that sometime one day you're the beggar, the other day you're the lord. You know, we are on the same boat, in other words. Okay, now this is interesting, moving on, not being able to move on. So we need a system in place, because everybody's together, we can move on quickly from the situation. Okay, and then we have here, this was like, okay, it was upside down. So wait, like this, right? So this is hardships. Sometimes it's a lot of pressure, a lot of hardships. This is also blackmail, but I feel like it's stress, a lot of stress. A lot of people can't move, they can't breathe, you know, really, like this. Okay, and now this is interesting. So there's a deal. What is this deal on top of this? Helping to help the people that are suffering. And the bouquet is a gift. I guess it's already happening, right? They're giving these like checks or something. Okay. And what is this gift? This gift is to help people move on, to help people improve, like move to a better, to calmer waters. Okay. And then we have, what is this card here? Okay, then we have, now this is interesting, the fox. Now the fox is a card that has to do with treachery, but it's also a job card. Actually, technically is a card, if you have a 9 to 5 job, that's the job card. So it could be this, but it could also be the gift that to help them cross the waters through the treachery that was done to them in a way. So it's either way, it has to do making a deal to provide some gifts to people to cross over to the waters. Okay, and okay, so this was like a man, you just see, where is it? Okay, oh, this is a surprise. Okay, so the negative, the man or something, there's, it doesn't necessarily tell us who there's negative surprise. So like I was telling you, some people could be shocked about this. Okay, there's a, okay, what is it? Oh, maybe together, I don't know if it was together or not, but here's a woman. Ooh, and what is it? Okay, here, oh look, the trap. Now interesting, because this could be the jail, but it's also, guys, the person, they are trapped in a situation they can't, you know, so it's shocking, and a lot of people are trapped in situations they can't overcome, which is true. And like this is like shit, look, shit gets real, right? Losses, right? Here's the losses card, and then what is this? Oh, like the truth comes out. Okay, so you know, so that's what it's just it's good, it's actually very good. Okay, it's very good. It shows, explains situation, you know, in that sense. So you know, interesting. No, I thought so guys, I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm sorry about the thing that happened today with this posting. They didn't send the email until much later. Okay, so but I'm not gonna do it, you know. ideally I should just do it very early on instead, you know what I mean? That was my fault to a degree. Patreon was down. Not down, they said they were delaying things or whatever. But sorry about it, okay. And like I was gonna say, on Friday I'm gonna have party. It's my birthday Friday. Like I hate my birthday, I really do. But I was like, maybe we'll have like kind of like more fun. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. What we should have like conversations about our futures and like stuff like that. Changes. I think maybe sometimes maybe a phone call, like something like that. Phone. You can ask me about your future, like how my life gonna change with coronavirus. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, something like conversations, like a party here. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Just maybe a little dress up and like cocktails or something. I don't know what. Just like me here in the same place. But just because guys, the situation is difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like might as well just hang out. You know what I mean? Just have fun and think about other things other than this. So, but I hope it helps. I hope it helped today. The situation looking at Corona. Okay, you know. Yeah. So it's by the way, I'm gonna post early, but it's gonna be the same time, 7 o'clock. Okay, same time. Okay. So 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 anyway, but don't have to come. Like I said, don't worry about it. It's not. It's just something I'll just think about. I was like, you know what? Maybe we'll think about like those kinds of things. Okay. All right. So I hope it helped anyway, because I think there's silver linings here. Okay. Exactly. Go more. Exactly. Home base. Exactly. Corporate. Exactly. So we'll live. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So okay. All right. So see you Friday. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I'll do something. Okay. I'll think about something just for fun. To think about it. Okay. Okay. Goodbye, guys. Okay. Okay. Good night.